Alright, it's a nice warm summer day and we are out doing a little bit of sampling today. On the way we spotted a newly exposed exposure of sulfides. We're about 150 meters away from the place where we mined, and we can see sulfides visible in this bedrock here. So we're going to try and pull a sample off and see what is in there. A little bit more sulfides up on this outcrop here. Alright, we've exposed the subcrop here in another spot 1 meter away, and we have disseminated pyrite there. And we also have solid masses of pyrite and minor amounts of chalcopyrite. So here's a few of the hunks we pulled off. So this is a schistose rock, and you got some looks like a bit of quartz feldspar in there. So that's a decent amount of sulfide mineralization. So we're going to bag a sample from here. You can see got some solid sulfides just flaking off. So we'll get a sample from here, this one, and send it in for analysis. I'll post an assay result at the end of the video. So over here, you just have disseminated pyrite and chalcopyrite throughout your rock. Got your oxide staining there. So let's EPS this and move on. So over on this exposure here, you have trachyte tufts with intrusions of feldspar and minor amounts of schist. And over here you have quartz, feldspar, porphyry with schists, and your sulfide mineralization is found in solid masses here, and over here it's found as disseminations. So we got our two samples from here and from here. Now we're going to move on, go sample a few veins. Okay, so we have another oxidized outcrop here. We're 55 meters away from that last showing, and there's all these planted trees in front of it that you can see heavily oxidized, and lots of ants. But you have intrusions of quartz, vuggy quartz, cutting through your outcrop in multiple areas, as you can see. The quartz isn't mineralized, but your host rock is over here. So we're going to pull off a sample, see what we get out of that. Okay, so you have disseminated pyrite and chalcopyrite in your host rock, which is a mica schist right here. You got deterioration of sulfides along here. You can see a little bit of the sparkles there. That is your iron pyrite. And right here we are following a sulfide vein, which is up to 7 centimeters in width. All up here, you can see how deteriorated this is. So, we are on a property which has had lots of hydrothermal activity. There's some old past producers here. Hasn't been too much recent exploration. We got most of the tenures on this mountain, and we are going to sample this because it looks similar to another high-grade one we found about 2 years ago. So we're going to pull a sample from this vein and see what kind of values we get out of this. The old vein that we found a couple years ago had good values for gold, silver, zinc, a bit of lead, and copper. So you can see your sulfides all throughout. Pretty easy sample to break off. So this is where we're taking our second sample from. So here's that sample. Almost a solid vein with a bit of schist in contact. So we have a second sulfide vein there. Again, deteriorated pyrite. We can see some chalcopyrite, very coarse green chalcopyrite in there. Okay, so we have a road grab sample, which we just found 20 meters away from that exposure. Somewhere along here, when they were probably putting in this culvert and they dug out a ditch. So somewhere in this 20-meter area, there is more mineralization. So you have coarse and fine-grained pyrite and chalcopyrite and a little pyrrhotite. But look at the solid vein in contact, and then you have disseminated mineral in your trachyte, tuff, and schists. So look at that. Nice solid vein. We're going to pull a sample off here, and we will include an assay from this in the end of the video, and we'll break this apart and show you a bit more in detail. Okay, so here's some of that sample, and we have two other grab samples that we just found. So you can see solid mineral. So by solid mineral, I mean solid iron pyrite, but it could contain decent amounts of other minerals which are worthwhile. Really nice looking sample. So we got two more here, also road grab samples, disseminated pyrite and chalcopyrite, with a bit of quartz and schists. Another piece or two from there. You can see how deteriorated this is. And this is the next sample. Bit of feldspar and schist with minor amounts of iron pyrite, found as disseminations. And here is a piece of a quartz vein, vuggy quartz, but no apparent oxidization on it and no signs of mineral. Small quartz vein over there, virtually barren, other than the occasional speck of pyrite. Seems on this property that most of your mineral is actually in solid masses, solid veins, or disseminated with schists and volcanic tuff. There's tons and tons of quartz veins here, but few are mineralized. So we got our samples. We'll post the assay results after. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. We're going to be back here tomorrow. We'll see you then. Take care.